Okay, guys, we'll take questions for Ilkay first, please. If I can see a show of hands for the microphone. Does everyone have headsets? We have simultaneous translation if you need. And if you could give me your name and organisation for your question, please. I appreciate it. Okay.
Good afternoon, Ilkay, Ben Ransom from Sky Sports. Your manager at the weekend was full of praise for your performance in that holding role in midfield. I just wondered, how much have you had to learn to play that role, and how much of a challenge has it been? And do you feel now you're kind of getting the hang of playing exactly there?
I think you can always learn when you play a certain position, especially when you play not on your prime or on your main position. Like me, like I do in the last few weeks in that holding midfielder role. I also think the more you play it, the better you feel, the more comfortable you feel by repeating it every 3-4 days in the games. You just get a better feeling for how you have to behave, to be there in the duels. Doesn't matter if it's an aerial one or on a normal duel. So obviously I had to adjust my type of game. But as I said, the more I play this role, the more I feel comfortable. Even though it's still not my main position, but I can play it. I think I've proved it, and if I can help the team by the way I'm playing, I'm more than happy.
We were told at the start of the month that you were still undecided whether you wanted to stay here long term and sign a new contract or not. Can you tell us today if you've made a decision yet?
There is no decision yet. Otherwise, I would have signed, or I would have rejected a contract. I would say we are still in talks, but I don't feel that there is much pressure. Maybe also because we still compete in all the competitions, and we still want to go as far as possible in everything that we are competing in. So obviously one day there has to be a decision, but I'm very happy at the moment here, and especially about the way we play, about playing under Pep, and that's the main thing now. And then one day there will be, of course, a decision.
Okay, Simon Stone, BBC. You mentioned you're still in for all these trophies. The team's doing well, record points, record goals. Why is there a decision?
Sorry?
Because you've got so much in front of you. This team has so much in front of you. Why do you have a decision to make? Why would anyone not want to be here?
This is something everyone has to decide for yourself. I mean, I'm 28 years old now, so obviously my next contract will decide where I will maybe be for the end of my career. So everyone feels different. Maybe someone has an inner feeling in himself to go for a new challenge or to change something. If you see on my vita, you can read that I'm always open-minded for challenges, but it's a personal situation. I mean, this is something that is not obvious. Everyone, as I said, has to make his own decision, and at the moment, I try to play as good as possible, and I guess latestly after the season, we're gonna sit and we're gonna talk again. Latestly. But my main target at the moment is to go for all the competitions and to be successful.
How do you feel about playing in England? Do you think it's a physical league, it's a hard league, you've had injuries. Do you think there may be other places to go that might not be as demanding?
I think in modern football, especially if you have ambitions inside yourself, have to prove that you can play under this demand, under this number of games, under how intense the game is. So in that case, I think there is not a huge difference between playing here in England or maybe somewhere else, maybe just a number, but our squad is also big enough to rotate, and I think the chance of getting your breaks is also quite high. But I think in the last few years, in the last couple of years, maybe especially after coming here with a big injury, I have proved that I can play here also for more than 2 or 3 years. So that should be any issue at all.
Hello, Ilkay. Ian Irving, Premier League Productions. Given some of the shock results and turnarounds that have been in the competition so far this season, how much of a warning is that to your team, considering you're in a strong position to go through?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Because of the shocks that there's been in the Champions League so far this season, the turnaround with Manchester United, with Ajax as well, how much of a warning is that to yourselves, who are obviously in a good position to go through?
It just shows us that we shouldn't feel too comfortable, especially after the result we had at Schalke. I mean, it's a huge result because in the knockout stages of the Champions League to get such a result away, to win, makes you feel, of course, happy and puts yourself in a comfortable situation. But there's still a game to play, and Schalke just has to score 2 goals here. So we shouldn't feel too comfortable. We should go as we always do for our game, and obviously for the win. And then I'm sure we're gonna go through this round.
What would it mean to the squad to reach the quarter-finals of the Champions League? Because it's an achievement this club hasn't done much in recent years.
It would show us that we are as good as we were last year in the Champions League. Not less and not more, to be honest. And then we're going to see them. There will be a new draw, and then we're going to see who we will compete with. But to be honest, at that point, I can't say much about it because we are still not there. And even if we would be there, we wouldn't feel, I don't know, immensely happy or something else, or unhappy, because it wouldn't change anything right now.
Ilkay, when you look at the big teams that have gone out so far in the competition, it feels like it's a really wide open Champions League this year, maybe more so than in recent years. Do you feel like this is a real opportunity for City to finally win the Champions League?
To be honest, I had that feeling already the last 2 or 3 years, and every time Real Madrid won it. So that shows that nothing is already written. They are out right now, so there will be definitely a new Champions League winner. But still, great teams are competing in this tournament. So obviously, if you want to go until the final and if you want to win it,
this is already a historically good team in English terms. The first team to get 100 points to win the Premier League. Does it need to win? Does City need to win the Champions League to build on what you've created?
If we want to name us the best of Europe, then obviously we have to win it, yeah? I mean, it depends on which are our ambitions. But obviously in terms of how we play, we feel already like we are quite good. Now we have to prove it on results, and obviously on going as far as possible also in the Champions League, and that's our target. That's why we play.
Hi, Ilkay. David McDonald from the Daily Mirror. You'll no doubt be aware, excuse me, of the incidents yesterday involving fans running onto the pitch, in one case attacking Jack Grealish and the other one with Chris Smalling. Have you ever come across anything like that in your career? So obviously not here, but in Germany. And does that make you more concerned for your safety as a player when you see incidents like that?
I'm not really sure, to be honest, if I ever was involved in such a situation. If I was, it was nothing that really happened, to be honest. There was just someone running across the pitch, and the security guys came over, and that was the case. So obviously this can't happen in football, and if it happens like it did yesterday, then the guy has to get a huge ban to be not able to visit stadiums and to watch the games. So I feel really sorry, and maybe it's also a bit of karma that he scored the winner in that game. But I think we all agree that this can't happen in football.
Okay, last couple, okay, please, James, and then back there.
Ilkay, do you feel this team has got another level or two to go up this season? Do you think you've got another few gears that you can get to, in that people actually really haven't seen the best of you as a side yet this season?
In terms of numbers, I think we already proved that we are better than last season, because we won again the Carabao Cup. We are still in the title race for the Premier League. We are in the knockout stages of the Champions League, and on top of that, we are still in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. So that already shows that we have learned. But nothing is won yet. So obviously now it's just 2.5 or 3 months to go. So it's not really a long time until the season ends. And this upcoming weeks, will be crucial. So we will try.
I just wondered, as a group though, when you talk amongst yourselves as players, whether you feel there is actually, I mean, it's higher standards you've already reached, that you feel actually we can show more, there's actually more from us that people haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you, for me, the biggest plus we have is always the quality that we can get from our bench in every single game. So I think Pep has always to take very difficult decisions. That just shows how much quality it is in the squad, and then it's up to us, to prove that we are ready to compete in all this competitions.
Just behind you, James, please.
Hallo Ilkay, Marc vom Sportinformationsdienst. Ich würde gerne question in German, is it okay? Ilkay, du hast es ja sicher auch mitbekommen, Schalke steckt in einer Krise, Heidel ist zurückgetreten, der Trainer steht unter Beobachtung. Wie schätzt du die?
Well, how do you assess the situation? Do you think it's still dangerous in this Champions League game? It's obviously not a good situation Schalke is in, and I follow it a bit. But I think we saw in the first leg, because Schalke don't have anything to lose, they can be very dangerous. And it's also down to them that they got into the game. And of course, there's a warning for tomorrow's game. We'll try to play our game as we have done in recent weeks, and then push our game through, and then don't give Schalke any chances. But it won't be like. But they are in this part of the competition, and hopefully we'll be on our game tomorrow, and then play with our style, and then I do believe that we can win the game. Second question, you're an international. 3 former World Cup winners have been dropped from the squad. Is that a surprise? And how do you see that decision? I was very surprised. I didn't expect it, to be honest. And there weren't any signs that would happen. I think we have to be grateful to those 3 players, as the German football association and as the country of Germany, that we had such great players over the years. I say that while the decision came, it seems as though the decision is final. They are now and are still fantastic footballers, and the Germans decided to take another route, and it may be a disappointment for the players, but that's what happens in football. Decisions are made, and there's people who benefit and who don't benefit from it, but we have to accept it and not see it as negative, and hope that the lads continue to play world-class football. And I think that's everything I can say on that.